The frosting has started to harden. I should have eaten the cupcake hours ago, but I couldn't bring myself to light the candle, just one stuck awkwardly in the center, like it's trying to pretend it means something. I glance at my phone again. Nothing. No missed calls. No texts. Not even a calendar ping from Alina like the automated ones she used to forget to turn off. I told myself I wouldn't care this year, that I'd learned not to expect anything. But expectations have a funny way of sneaking back in even after years of quiet birthdays. The screen lights up suddenly. I grab the phone too fast. It's not a message. It's a new post, Alina's. A selfie surrounded by two girlfriends. Mimosa glasses raised in a restaurant I recognize downtown. She's smiling, wide hair pulled back in that sleek bun she always says makes her look CEO ready. Her caption reads, "Grateful for those who matter." That one sentence hits harder than I expect. I sit back, phone still in my hand, heart slow and heavy. I shouldn't be surprised. Last year, she sent a belated e-card. The year before, nothing at all. But this year, 62, it feels louder somehow. Like the silence around me has grown teeth. The rain taps softly against the window. Seattle drizzle. The same as always. I let my eyes wander to the gift bag, still sitting unopened on the counter, one I bought for myself last week. A new sweater. I told the cashier it was for a friend. I slowly walk over, and place the cupcake back in the fridge. Somehow, I'm not hungry anymore. I flick off the kitchen light. Then I do something I haven't done in a long time. I open my laptop, pull up my financial spreadsheet, and stare at the line marked Bonus, Bridgewater Project. $68,000. The numbers stare back at me, clear and cold. They've always been my safe place where the world makes sense. I've never trusted feelings the way I trust spreadsheets. Emotions lie, budgets don't. My retirement account is healthy. The fixed annuity is right on track. The consulting checks keep coming slowly but surely. And then there's that bonus $68,000 wired in just last week. A reward for 3 months of cleaning up someone else's mess at Bridgewater Capital. They sent me a fruit basket too. I gave it to the doorman. No one in my family knows. Not about the project, not about the bonus. They don't ask. They never have. I whisper to the screen. Maybe I'll celebrate myself this year. The thought feels strange in my mouth, like trying on someone else's coat. Still, I don't close the tab. I open a new one and type Lexus dealership near me. I scroll past the ads. RX 350, hybrid, moonroof, heated seats, luxury trim. I click the photo. Silver with black interior, clean lines, power in the quietest way. It's ridiculous, completely impulsive, unnecessary. But so was the grand piano I co-signed for Alina's student apartment. So were the years of birthdays where I waited, smiled, and swallowed the silence. I close my eyes for a moment. I picture the driveway, the sun catching on the hood, me sliding into the driver's seat, no one clapping, no one watching. Just me and the machine I bought for myself. I press the schedule a test drive button before I can talk myself out of it. Name, Marielle Rowan. Phone, submit. A confirmation pops up. Someone will call shortly. I close the laptop and take a breath. My hands are steady. From the kitchen, the fridge hums. The cupcake is still in there, alone and waiting. I leave it, let it sit another night, because tomorrow I'll be sitting behind the wheel. The dealership smells like leather and glass cleaner. Everything gleams, floors polished to a shine, salespeople in blazers with pocket squares and 2 white smiles. But I don't feel out of place. Not today. I walk straight toward the one I saw online. The silver RX parked at the end of the row, like it's waiting for someone to choose it. I press my palm lightly to the hood. The paint is smooth and cold. It feels earned. "Can I help you, ma'am?" A young man says, jogging over with a tablet in hand. His smile falters just slightly when he sees I'm alone. No husband trailing behind, no child explaining what I'm looking for. I scheduled a test drive, I say. Marielle Rowan. He checks the tablet. Of course. We've got the RX 350 ready for you. Want to take it for a spin? I shake my head once. I want to buy it. He blinks. You today? Yes. I'll pay most of it in cash. There's that pause again, that flicker of recalibration. Of course. Right this way. Paperwork takes a while, but I don't mind. I sign each page without hesitation. No one's with me. No one has questions or concerns. It's the quietest major purchase I've ever made and the most satisfying. Hours later, I pull into the curb outside my apartment building. I sit for a moment behind the wheel, the dash light soft and warm. Everything smells new. Not just the car. Me. I step out and take a photo, just one. The car, the curb, the faint glow of street lamps overhead. I upload it to Facebook with a short caption, birthday gift to myself. That's it. No tags, no emojis, no explanation. I log off. Inside, I make a cup of coffee. Not to celebrate exactly, just to ground myself. The hum of the machine, the steam rising from the mug, the quiet of my apartment. The phone remains silent. No late birthday calls. No texts. Still, I sip slowly, savoring the moment. Because for the first time in years, I gave myself something I didn't have to earn through someone else. The glow of my phone screen wakes me before the sun does. It's pulsing with notifications. I blink, stretch, and pull it closer. 12 missed messages. 2 missed calls. I scroll through the list, Alina. Her husband. My sister. Even my ex-husband, which is a novelty in itself. No one said happy birthday. Not one. Instead, Mom, are you okay? What's this about a Lexus? We need to talk. Tonight. Family meeting. Who helped you buy that? Are you being scammed? Please respond. This isn't like you. I stare at the screen. I read the messages twice. Maybe 3 times. I check the family group chat and see that my Facebook post had been screenshotted and forwarded multiple times. No context. Just shock and speculation. Alina had added a comment. Why didn't anyone tell me she had this kind of money? As if my bank account was supposed to be a shared household secret. I type out a dozen possible replies. Erase them all. Then I settle on just one sentence. Fine. I'll bring dessert. I don't wait for their responses. I set the phone down on the kitchen counter right next to the empty cupcake wrapper I never threw away. The candle is still in the drawer. Unlit. Always unlit. I refill my coffee and sit at the table watching steam rise from the cup like it might carry away the tension in my chest. They didn't ask if I was happy. They didn't ask how my birthday went. Just panic. Concern for what my independence says about their control. I sip slowly. For years I've waited for this kind of attention, for someone to look up and notice. And now that they do, it's not joy or pride in their voices. It's worry. Worry that I've changed. Worry that I've done something without them. Worry that I no longer need their approval. I press the mug to my lips and smile. Because they're right. I don't. I arrive right on time, cake in hand. Alina's husband opens the door with a nervous smile and a quick "Hey Marielle," like he's not sure how formal to be now that I've bought a luxury car without telling anyone. Their house smells like roasted chicken and garlic bread, the kind of meal people make when they want things to feel normal. Alina greets me with a stiff hug. Her eyes flick to the cake box in my hands. You didn't have to bring anything, she says. I smile. It's just dessert. We sit at the table and they talk around me. Updates about the kids' schools, a leak in the guest bathroom, work stress, normal stuff. As if yesterday hadn't happened. As if no one had completely ignored the day I was born. No one mentions the car. No one says happy birthday. Not even a delayed version. Halfway through the meal, I stand and place the cake box in the center of the table. I open it slowly, lifting the lid like it holds something sacred. Inside sits a small chocolate cake. White buttercream frosting smoothed neatly across the top. No candles, no decorations. Just one sentence in soft blue script. Happy birthday, Marielle. From me to me. The room goes silent. Alina's fork hovers midair. Her husband coughs into his napkin. She finally speaks. Is that? Today I look her straight in the eye. It was yesterday. Her mouth opens, then closes. Her husband reaches for the serving knife but thinks better of it. I push the box toward the middle of the table. I figured if no one else was going to mark the day I would. Alina stares at the message again. Her cheeks flush. Still, she doesn't say the words. We eat the cake in silence. The sweet frosting coats my tongue, but there's a bitterness underneath it, all 30 years worth of swallowed moments, all rising to the surface now, one silent bite at a time. After dinner, we move to the living room, but no one really relaxes. The air is thick, brittle, like old glass. I sit on the edge of the couch. Alina finally breaks the silence. I just didn't know it was that important to you. My birthday. She flinches. I mean, it's not like we've ever made a big deal of birthdays in this family. I nod slowly. Right. You probably don't remember the year I was in the hospital on my birthday. Gallbladder surgery. You were in college. She blinks. I remember the surgery. I didn't know it was on your birthday. Only the nurse brought it up. She stuck a paper flower in my Jell-O. Alina doesn't respond. And my 50th. I made a pot roast your favorite. Waited all afternoon. You called around 8, said you lost track of time. I had a newborn mom. I know I say softly. And I understood. A pause. I always understood. She crosses her arms. You never said any of this before. I was busy showing up, I say. I didn't think I had to explain why I stayed up baking or kept the lights on when you missed curfew. I thought love was enough. I thought remembering was the easy part. I let the next words sit heavy between us. I sold my anniversary ring to pay your tuition. Her head jerks up. I never asked you to. No, I say with a small, sad smile. That's the difference. I gave without being asked. You forgot without even noticing. She opens her mouth, but no words come. I lean back, my eyes fixed on the bookshelf across the room. Photos of her wedding, her kids, her vacations. Not one picture of me. I don't need grand gestures, I say, voice steady. I just needed to matter. Alina looks down at her hands. They're trembling slightly. I didn't know you felt this way, she whispers. I know, I say. That's the part that hurts the most. I reach into my purse and slide the envelope across the coffee table. Alina looks at it like it might burn her fingers. She hesitates. What's this? Just something I was going to give you, I say, folding my hands in my lap. Before yesterday. Her fingers fumble at the seal. When she pulls out the papers, her eyes scan quickly, then stop. Her mouth parts. This is the title to your condo. I nod once. I had everything prepared. Signed, notarized. I was planning to transfer it to you next spring. No ceremony. Just a quiet gift. Like most of mine. Alina stares down at the legal forms. Her face changes confusion, then something like disbelief, and finally, something sharp. You're punishing me, she says. Voice high, tight. Because I forgot your birthday. No, I say calmly, picking up my water. I take a slow sip. I'm just retiring from being invisible. The silence wraps around us again, thicker now. Alina shifts in her seat like the cushions are made of nails. But you never said you wanted anything. I did, I reply. I just didn't use words. I showed up. I stayed late. I paid bills quietly. I let you borrow my car. When yours broke down, took care of the kids when you were sick, watched them whenever you needed. I gave Alina. Constantly. Without a ledger. Until now. I tap the envelope. That was going to be one more gift. One more thing you didn't ask for but would have taken without realizing what it cost. Alina's eyes glisten. I didn't mean to hurt you. I know I say gently. But meaning nothing doesn't undo decades of nothing. She sets the envelope down, careful not to tear the paper. Her hands are still trembling. I rise from the couch and gather my purse. You're not being cut off, I add, voice steady. You're just being seen, and now so am I. 2 days pass. I don't hear from her. I don't expect to. I go about my routine watering the balcony plants, replying to my clients, folding laundry that no one else will ever wear but me. Then a knock. I open the door, and there she is. Alina, holding 2 coffees and a folded, slightly crumpled piece of paper. I didn't know, she says before I can speak. I thought you didn't mind. I thought you liked being independent. I don't take the coffee right away. I just watch her, how tired she looks around the eyes, how her voice isn't defensive this time. Just small. I do like being independent, I say. But I never liked being invisible. She exhales. Can I come in? I step aside and we sit at the kitchen table, the same one where I stared at a single cupcake just days ago. She pushes 1 coffee toward me, then the letter. I don't unfold it. I don't need to. I already know what it says or what it's trying to say. Guilt. Regret. Too many I didn't knows and not enough I'm sorries. I place the coffee gently on the table. You never asked if I minded, I say. About anything. You just assumed I'd be there. That I'd understand. That I didn't need anything. She nods. Lips pressed tight. You always seemed so strong. I didn't know how much I relied on that. I don't cry. I thought I might. But the ache inside me isn't new, it's just quieter now. Dulled by years of being swallowed. We sit in silence. She doesn't fill it with explanations. I don't fill it with reassurances. For once, she just listens. And for once, I let her. There's no grand apology. No dramatic hug. Just 2 women in a quiet kitchen trying to begin again. I reach for my coffee sip once and set it down. Then I reach for the letter, not to read it now, but to keep. Some things take time. But this is a start. It's been 3 quiet weeks. Not awkward quiet, just soft. Alina hasn't tried to force anything. She sends the occasional message. A check-in. A photo of the kids. A recipe she's trying. No pressure. No guilt. Just space. For once, I don't mind it. Then today, a small brown package appears on my doorstep. No return address, but I recognize her handwriting immediately. I bring it inside, slice it open with the letter opener I never use for letters anymore. Inside is a hand-bound scrapbook wrapped in tissue. No glitter, no flair. Just a charcoal linen cover with my name pressed in silver foil, Marielle. My hands hesitate over the first page. It starts with a newspaper clipping from 1996, the first home I redesigned solo. The headline reads, "Single Mother Behind Revival of Historic District Property." I'd forgotten that article existed. Turn the page, photos of the renovated hotel lobby I worked on in 2004, still one of my proudest projects. A scanned email from a client, thanking me for saving their business. An article about the eco-condo series I consulted on. Project after project. Proof of a life built in rooms and rooftops and floor plans. None of this had ever been in a frame or on a fridge. But here it is, bound together, page by page, by the daughter who never seemed to notice. Tucked inside the back cover is a handwritten note. "Mom, I see you now. I'm sorry it took me 30 years. Alina." I sit on the couch, the scrapbook on my lap, like something fragile. It's not redemption. I don't suddenly forget every lonely birthday, every quiet dismissal. But it's something. Not loud, not perfect, but real. I don't cry. I just press the book to my chest, close my eyes, and breathe in the weight of it all. For the first time, the past feels like something I can touch, not just something I carry. And maybe just Maybe it's something I can finally start setting down. The leather seat hugs my back as I ease into the driver's seat just as I did 1 year ago. The Lexus still smells faintly like new beginnings. On the passenger seat, a small chocolate cake rests inside a white box. No decorations, no candles. Just simple sweetness, the kind you get for yourself when you've stopped expecting anyone else to. I pull out of the driveway without hesitation. No errands, no appointments. Just one destination, the overlook off Pine Ridge. It's not fancy, just a quiet bluff where the water stretches wide and still catching the light in all the right places. As I park and cut the engine, the silence feels different, not empty, full, like I've made enough space in my life to hear myself again. I take the cake out and set it beside me on the bench. The breeze is soft, the kind that doesn't demand attention, but reminds you it's still here. Just like me. My phone buzzes. I almost don't check it. Old habits? But I do. First message. Alina, happy birthday, Mom. I remembered this time. I really did. Then another. A photo of my grandkids holding a handmade sign that says, "We love you, Nana." And finally, dinner tonight, just us. My treat. I stare at the screen, thumb hovering, not answering yet. The sun shifts, casting gold across the lake below. I close my eyes, breathing in the air. The quiet, the moment. This isn't about the cake, or the car, or even the messages. It's about the woman sitting behind the wheel. The one who stopped waiting. The one who chose herself first. I place the phone in my lap, the cake beside me, and rest my hands gently on the steering wheel. My reflection stares back from the windshield, not younger, not softer, but clearer. She smiles. I smile back. And when I start the car, it's not to return home. It's to keep going forward.